Hey there! In this video, we'll show you how to properly install hinges and adjust your doors. We hope you find it helpful. We'll be covering two different types of door installations. The first one is the side hinge door, and the second is the drop-down door. If you'd like to see the side hinge door installation, just keep watching. To skip to the drop-down door installation, go ahead and fast forward a bit. Happy installing! Let's get started with hinge assembly. First, we'll assemble the hinge parts. As shown in the diagram, align the two pieces so that they fit onto the lower latch. Make sure they're securely in place, then tighten the screw. Next, give the parts a gentle pull to check if they're holding together. If they don't come apart, great, you're all set. If they do come apart, it probably means the latch didn't fit properly. In that case, loosen the lower screw, adjust the pieces, ensure the latch is properly aligned, and then retighten the screw. Finally, secure the lower screw firmly, and you're done. Now, let's move on to attaching the hinge. There are two ways to do this. Assemble the parts separately. Assemble the parts together and attach them in one go. Let's start by trying the first method, assembling the parts separately. Step 1. Attaching the small part first. Place the small part into the holes on the unit's vertical supports. Here's a key detail to remember. Don't fully tighten the screws at this stage. Tighten them just enough to hold the part in place and align it properly. This will make it easier to adjust the door later without any issues. Step 2. Attaching the large part. Next, attach the large part to the door. Again, lightly position the screws into the holes, align it properly, and then tighten them securely. Take your time with this step. Proper alignment is key. Step 3. Attaching the doors. Now that the hinges are assembled, take the door and connect it to the parts on the unit. Remember, the hinge parts must fit together perfectly. Once everything is properly seated, tighten the back screw and you're done. If you prefer to assemble the parts and attach them all at once, you can use the hinge assembly technique we just learned. After assembling the hinge, position it on the door, align the screws with the holes, and tighten them. Then, with a helper, attach the door to the vertical supports on the unit. Align the hinge holes with the holes on the supports and secure the screws tightly. How to adjust the doors. Finished installing the doors but noticed they're a bit crooked? No worries. Let's learn how to adjust them. With the 4 screws on the hinge, making adjustments is a breeze. If the door is misaligned left or right, loosen and retighten the middle screw. Close the door each time to check the alignment. If the door is misaligned up or down, adjust the screws at the top and bottom of the hinge. Again, check the alignment by closing the door. If the door is misaligned forward or backward, use the screw at the back of the middle axis. Keep adjusting until the door sits perfectly when closed. Once you've adjusted all the screws correctly, your doors will fit perfectly into place. Great job, well done, applause. Now let's take a look at how to install the drop-down door and adjust the door settings. Step 1. After assembling the parts, place the hinge slots onto the cabinet door and align the C screw with the holes. Tighten it securely. Step 2. For this step, get some help or balance the door on your knee. Align the door with the holes in the bottom panel of the unit, positioning the hinge properly. Make sure the holes on the bottom panel and the hinge are centered, then start tightening the C screw. Repeat this process for all the doors. Before adjusting the doors, we need to install the lid stay. The lid stay ensures that the door opens in a controlled manner. First, locate the 2 holes on the side panel. Align the plastic side of the lid stay with these holes and secure it with the C-screw. Once the top part is attached, move on to securing it to the door. Lift the door slightly and align the 2 holes on the lid stay with the 2 holes on the door. Then, tighten this area with another C-screw. Since the lid stay is movable, this step should be easy to complete. Now it's time to adjust the doors. Finished installing the doors but they look crooked? Don't worry, here's how to adjust them. If the door shifts left or right, loosen or tighten the screws on the sides of the hinge. Ensure the screw holes are centered and close the door to check the alignment after every adjustment. If the door shifts up or down, loosen the central screw on the hinge, adjust the door to the correct position, then retighten the screw. If the door tilts forward or backward, adjust the screw on the back of the central axis. Close the door and make sure it's aligned before tightening. Once all the screws are adjusted correctly, your doors will fit perfectly. Amazing job! Well done! Applause!